Welcome to Everything Life and Real Estate. Let's get started with our hosts, Linda McKissack and Dana Gentry.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Everything Life and Real Estate. I'm Linda McKissack.
And I'm Dana Gentry.
Hey, Dana. Super excited. You and I both went to cool events lately, and we're going to share some nuggets from it.
Yes. So yours was first. Yours was with the Kevin guy.
Yeah. Okay. So we did. Oh, by the way, did you see my green jacket?
Oh, yes.
Money.
I had such FOMO over that dang jacket. I actually told Adam, I said, I'm going to have to shut down Instagram. You were in it. Kristen Cole was in it. Even Mo had one on. I was like, okay, Christy from Oklahoma region. I was like, oh, man.
You didn't see the inside. So what happened was we did a masterclass with John, his very first masterclass. So we're the founding group of masterclass. And at the end, he presented us with a jacket, our master's kind of jacket. It's green and everything. But it's kind of a plaid, which I love plaid.
Me too.
And on the inside, it's signed by Nito Cobain and a bunch of other great, amazing
That
people.
Is so cool.
And John, it really is cool. So, but anyway.
He thinks of the best stuff. I mean, the absolute best experiences ever. I mean, it's just so great.
Well, it's funny because we were trying to figure out if we were going to do it next year. And he's like, I'm going to have a special pin made for all of you. Well, you know, one of my things is I love pins. Jimmy says, yeah, but you lose them. I'm like, yeah, but I know, but I love them. But I find them eventually. So this one had come from Exchange a few years ago.
I have that same one, that maroon.
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
I have that same one he gave us.
I'm like, oh my gosh, they're giving a pin away next year. I might have to go ahead and sign up. He's like, Linda, I'll buy you a pin.
I was just about to say, that'll be a $50,000 pin.
Yes, exactly. But anyway, the jacket was really cool this year. But
so cool.
We've had Nito Cobain. We've had this time we had Kevin Turner. And so those of you that don't know who Kevin Turner is, he is out of Oklahoma. He's actually from Oklahoma.
Oh, wow.
But he went to work for Walmart as a very young kid, worked all the way from cashier up to, I think, chief information officer or something.
Wow.
And maybe eventually even CEO. I can't remember. But he worked his way up, and he is the only person. Later, he got stolen away when he was in on the Sam's side of Walmart. He got recruited by Bill Gates.
Oh,
so he's the only person that's ever worked directly under Sam Walton and Bill Gates.
Can you imagine the knowledge?
Can you imagine the lessons and the education you'd get? I mean, he literally was flying. You know how they always say Sam Walton would get in his little plane that he flew and fly to the back of the Walmarts and go real low and look around and see. And then imagine going into a room with Bill Gates. They couldn't be more opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
Right. And anyway, so it was very, very he was probably one of the best.
Their leadership lessons, or what did he do?
Yeah, just lessons he's learned.
Wow.
Really cool. Anyway, so he one of the things he said was I was never prepared for a single opportunity I got given.
Wow.
Yeah. He said, imagine I graduated from some podunk college in Oklahoma, and I go to work for Bill Gates, and the first boardroom I'm in, I look around the room, and he went to Harvard, he went to Stanford. I mean, like high level schools. And then he said, I finally realized, but I knew more about business than any of them.
Wow.
So, but he said, don't think you shouldn't be prepared for the opportunities you step into.
Which is so true, Linda, because I mean, it really is that whole 4 C's thing. Like,
yes,
sometimes you just have to make the commitment and take it when you don't have the credentials or the confidence or the credibility or, whatever.
Yeah, so true. Okay, so, he became, the CIO of Walmart. He says, so that was his point. It's very important to say yes before you're ready.
Yeah. Wow.
He was in the audit department in college. And he said the one thing he understood about Sam Walton that he observed is he was very curious. Like he had people on the floor that were kind of like his people that would tell him what's really going on. He said you should always have those kind of people around you.
Yeah.
because you get so high up that you don't even get on ground level to hear what's really going on.
Yeah, it was funny because yesterday I worked out of the Richmond office all day, and Adam came back with me this week, and I said, and he had calls and a couple things, but I said, why don't you just come and work out of the office with me, and you can go in a conference room and do your calls or do whatever, but that way you can just get out of the house. So he came there yesterday, and we were driving back last night, and he said, I just want to tell you that office looked so great, and I said, really? Because I sometimes obsess over things, and he said he gave me all these examples of why he thought it was, so great in there yesterday. And I said, honestly, I really needed to hear that because you have such a fresh, just eyes. Yeah, fresh set of eyes. And it was good because sometimes you get just kind of in the weeds with stuff, or it's just good to have that fresh perspective.
Yeah, that's so true. Well, he had people on the floor that would kind of come and tell him what was going on.
Yeah.
He said behind closed door, he was a very tough on his leaders, and he did a very good job of holding his people accountable.
Yeah.
He was a tremendous competitor. Literally, they would throw him out of other stores because he'd be in there snooping around trying to figure out what they're doing or what's working. He said he got thrown out of more than one store ever.
Wow.
He said he believed that people are attracted to leaders with a big vision.
Yep.
And a bold vision.
I agree with that. Yep.
He said Sam had David Glass, which was the smartest guy he's ever been around or worked for. And he said Bill Gates had Steve Ballmer. He said, so every one of these great leaders, and that's what I said, one of my ahas was the reason Bill Gates and Sam Walton was 1/10 of 1%ers.
Yep.
Is because they got 1%ers.
That's so true.
They were able to attract 1%ers.
Yep. Yep. That's so true.
That's what pushed them up to that higher level that is above 1%. He said the easiest thing to change is what someone else did. Hardest is to change what you did. Meaning you don't see what you need to change.
Yeah.
But if you come in after another leader, it's somehow easy for you to see.
Yeah, that's
what they
true.
did wrong that you need to do.
Yeah, that's very true.
Especially when you've had success.
Yeah.
Already. Fastest and so the future is fast. So you have to constantly be moving fast and making fast decisions.
Especially now with AI.
He said before is replacing more. He said John used to charge leaders to must see more. Now it's to see before. You have to see before. That's how fast everything's moving. That's why he was talking about having 3 chat accounts like Chat. He said he had Chat GPT, Grok, and Gemini.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
John's
been talking a lot about that lately, being able to see before others see.
He said the most important thing to ask someone, the most important thing is to ask them their opinion. That's number 1. He said number 2 is tell them they're doing a good job. He said one to we journey from head to the heart is very important.
Yeah.
People work hard for money, but they will give their heart for meaning.
Yeah, that's so true.
He said, I learned at Microsoft how to do business in new countries. He said, that's one of the main things I learned that I didn't know how to do because Walmart had been
only U.S. Yeah.
He said,
wow.
He said, Walmart works off a 2 to 3% margin.
Really?
It's so thin. Microsoft is 50 to 60%. He said it's extreme. Opposite. They were the extreme opposites.
Wow.
So don't get too busy that we forget to do our job. That's what he was constantly reminding people. They focus on what you focus on. Focus where their focus goes, so does everybody's energy. He said, get a blank piece of paper and write down the top 5 things we're working on. And you do that with your team, and it won't match.
They'll all have different things to say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
It should be all the same things.
Yep.
He said, you got to Never stop telling what is important. Find new romantic ways to say the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ask yourself, if this was a job opening, would I hire this person for this job again?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, he said, find people who want feedback.
Yep.
If you find yourself explaining when someone else is trying to give it to you, you're losing.
Mm-hmm.
That's when he told the story about himself going in, and it said there's 3 things we need you to work on. He got through number 1, and he'd done so much defending or explaining that the guy said, come back when you're ready for 2 and 3 because you're not ready.
You're not ready. Yep. Yep.
Then it says, tell them you want them to be coachable when you hire them.
Mm-hmm. That's actually a great one right there. Just making sure when you're hiring somebody, like, hey, I need you to be coachable.
Yeah, that's true. Or figure out if they are coachable.
Yeah.
Of course, everybody would say they are, but
yeah.
Example, when you took, don't manage the people to the job, to their, not to their pitch. If they didn't do it, if they do the job well, promote them.
Yeah.
Look for coachability. And I asked him, and he said, you got to constantly be top rating your talent.
Yeah.
A players hire A players. Strategy, have them the external view of where the customer is going. Oh, that's what he said. He said, who is it? He said, can't tell you. Customers don't know what they want because they don't know what's possible. So you can get like strategists and people like that. And I asked him if he
we talked about that before, about a strategist. Yes.
Yeah, if he were me as a company, who would he get as a strategist? And he named some different people.
Oh, that's good.
But he said, don't ask your customers. They don't know that's possible.
Yeah, because it's like the
they're only going to tell you the complaints, he said. They're going to tell you what's not right. They're not going to tell you what they'd love to see or have.
Yeah.
That was big.
Yeah, that's huge. And was it Henry Ford or who was it that said if he would have asked the people what they wanted, they would have said a faster horse instead of a car?
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he said because they don't know what's possible. You know. And then he said also look for people that have strategy in their behavior.
Mm-hmm.
He said strategy without execution is hallucination.
Yeah.
Good. So he said you get what you inspect. One of the things he said that Jimmy used on our contractors right after this, he said, there's only 2 ways to do things. Do it right or do it over. So Jimmy was saying to our contractors all week, there's only 2 ways to do things. Do it right, do it over. Which one you want to do? And some of it was do over. Scorecards. He said they always had scorecards on who was winning.
Yeah, I love that.
That's super important.
Yep.
Hire people who want to be accountable. Training is they don't know how to do it. That can be trained. Attitude, don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Capacity, can't understand. Celebrate them and have accountability. Assess the team. Use some kind of metrics. He said that Walmart always had a metrics where the people could be kind of measured. And one guy, when we were telling this after John Maxwell, we were at a couple of market centers. One guy had actually worked for Walmart, and he goes, "Oh, I remember that matrix very well." He said, "People, let's see."
You know, it's funny while you're looking that up, Linda. It's funny. I mean, a lot of stuff is like not as much new, but just being reminded of what is true. And there's just some of these huge leaders that have led these. I mean, it's all similar. It's like just we have to be reminded of these things over and over and over again.
And what I love is when you can see a pattern that has worked for generations with leaders or lessons they learned. And it's like, who am I to think I'm not going to get that lesson if I don't just go ahead and learn it now?
Yes.
Oh, and I think it was Kate. Kate will say this is true. She was telling me about an author or somebody that was telling her that, because sometimes we hear things and we learn it, but then we forget it. And she was saying that the lady was saying there's a cycle. to learn it and forget it, learn it and forget it, and have to relearn it. Because sometimes we get frustrated because it's
Yep.
like, why am I going to learn? Why am I going to learn that? Right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, you will. He said the fastest way to build a great business is to hire people who are better than you and give credit away.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so good.
Leaders who just want followers, they are really just managers.
Yeah.
Are you getting from people saying, I wouldn't have this opportunity without you, without your leader? He said, are you getting notes from people? You need to ask yourself this question. Are you getting notes from people who say, I wouldn't have this opportunity without your leadership? Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Never take no from someone who doesn't have the power to say yes. I love that one.
Mm.
And then this was my favorite. A brick wall is not a no. It's just how bad do you want it?
That's good. Very good.
So when you hit a brick wall, really, you just got to say, how bad do I really want this?
Yep. Yeah.
He's working on his book. It's going to be so good. His
Oh,
autograph.
yeah, I bet.
And he always asks, is this place compelling enough for you to work here?
Oh, ooh, that's good. Really good.
He said, say to them, I expect you to be here for pay and credentials, etc. But what do they tell others about the interview or the company? You have to see it for yourself before you see it for others. Bill Gates said, I hope you want to come here and change the world with me. He said, and that was super compelling because he worked with Bill Gates, and he said, I worked with Bill Gates and Ballmer when they used to have to fly in on a commercial flight. He said, then over time, they were bringing this big old jet into Arkansas. He said, and when they called me in for an interview, he said, how he asked him, he says, I hope you want to work here and come change the world.
Wow. Yep.
So he said that was a very compelling vision.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it. That's good.
Yeah. So these were just,
really goes back to the point we've talked about a little bit over the last month or so, which is just like that flag in the ground, that big compelling vision, like that thing that makes you want to rally, and get after it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He said you need to find a group of truth tellers or to stay around you.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we said I asked him this question. I'm like, how did y'all find the talent that you hired? And I said, was it a lot from within? Was it a lot from without? He said he said there was a lot from within, and then we had a measure to be able to measure them. Because I think sometimes we have great talent around us, but we don't have any metrics to be measuring and paying attention. You can't pay attention to almost 5,000 people.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And so in their situation, they had managers that were sending reports that you could kind of watch. But I think we could do the same thing with behavior.
Yeah.
With KPIs,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Say who has the behavior, whether they can do it or not would be a whole different conversation. But
in engagement, you can track who shows up and who goes to what and who's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. So he said, always be listening for somebody to talk about some great person that's outside. He said, and call and have lunch with them.
Yeah.
And then suppliers or people, your affiliates will always tell you, are you asking them regularly who they know?
Yeah, that's a great reminder.
Yeah, he said integrity is one of the highest things you have to look for.
Yeah.
If they don't have it, don't hire them. He said my biggest self-doubt came when I moved from Walmart to Microsoft.
Mm-hmm.
He said people who make it are willing to do what makes them uncomfortable. People who are not successful are not comfortable being uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Don't really know till you try. That if they have hunger, intelligence, integrity, and values.
Yeah, and that's true because I find that a lot. It's like until you get them in and get things going, sometimes you don't. It's just hard to tell all of that. Even in the long process interview that we have, you still get it wrong sometimes.
And I think hunger is so. I think these others are pretty easy to maybe identify. Yeah. I think what you really have to spend time with is and figure out if they truly have hunger.
Hunger, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's he was good. He's probably one of the best speakers I think that we had because he just had so much wisdom.
I was just about to say that he's got so much wisdom. Look at at the opportunities in the rooms that he's been able to be in and the leaders that he's worked under. Those are two of the hugest of for generations. I mean, huge.
And what we don't hear about is their second man. Like he said, David Glass, which was the Walmart's key person, talked in questions, and he was so good at silence.
Wow.
He said he had always he talked in questions, never in statements.
Wow.
And that he was so good at silence. And I think that's so hard for leaders. Sometimes they feel like they have to have the answers. And he was very people oriented.
I was going to ask you that. So what was his personality? Was he more like systems, you could tell, kind of CES, or was he people-y and bubbly? And
That's a good question. I do think he was very systems oriented and numbers, very much numbers. And he talked about the importance of having a discipline about numbers.
Yeah.
Especially when you're working on 2 to 3% margin, you can't be screwing up.
No.
Yeah, I would say he probably has some sociability, but it's probably pretty low.
Yeah.
He said people can stand the heat of expeditions as long as you stand in the fire with them. So if something's going on and it's heated, as long as they see you stand there with them, they can get through it.
Yeah, and I feel like that is so true. Gosh.
Yeah, it was good. Every person is your teacher, he said. Every person. You're just looking for what are they teaching you.
Yep, love that.
Yeah. So he said, here's where we are. Always be looking, here's where you are. Where do we need to go? And he said transparency is huge. You have to have transparency in your organization. He said tracking and reporting and accountability is super important. Always telling people where we're going to go and how we're going to get there. Training, attitude. He said it's always about attitude or capacity is why they're not doing what they need to do.
And
so which
one
is it?
Isn't that true?
Is it attitude or they don't have the capacity?
Yeah, I got to write that one down. Yep.
Yeah. He said you can fire people with dignity and respect. Do that for people who are leaving, and people who are staying have the right proper empathy.
Yep.
You're overworking your best people when you keep the non-talent.
Very true. Yep.
Let's see. He said all the time be consistent. It was good.
Gosh, so good. Man, I wrote down so many good ones.
He said you can have the highest expectations for people, but you better have them for yourself first.
Yeah, so true.
It was good. Yeah, it was. I mean, like I said, I probably took more notes with him than any of the speakers we had all.
God,
it was so cool because, see, who was sitting on the front row? Oh, gosh. He's the one that wrote all the networking books like Dig Your Well Before It's Harvey McKay.
Yeah.
I was hoping he would have gotten up to speak, but he just lives in the area, so he was coming to support John. But I love Harvey McKay. He's one of the old greats like Jim Rohn.
Yeah, I haven't heard him ever speak.
Yeah, they were really one of the original great teachers. And he wrote the book Dig Your Well Before It's. Honestly, I bet you anything, John got a lot of his ideas about gifts and things like that.
What
he would
read.
It's called Dig Your Well Before It's Needed.
Oh, okay.
And he was an envelope salesman. And what he would do is he would research this person he was selling to.
Yep.
Kind of like what John talks about, and then give them a gift so impactful that when they look at it or whatever.
Before you're thirsty.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah. Okay, I found it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all about networking. He was probably one of the world's best networkers. You know what you could do? You could probably ask ChatGPT just to give you bullet notes on that one.
The subtitle of the book is The Only Underlined Networking Book You'll Ever Need.
Yeah, it's true. And I guarantee when you read it, you'll see a lot of John Maxwell in there.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. That's
John really follows a lot of his principles.
He's got some funny little titles on his book. Swim with the Sharks Without Being Eaten Alive.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Okay. I've never read that.
Awesome. So good. We'll do
great.
yours next time.
Yeah. I was gonna say, this was enough. This is so great. I took a ton of notes. Man, it's so good. I'm actually, as soon as we hang up, I'm getting ready to text somebody and ask them, is it the attitude or the capacity?
Yeah. There you go. Somebody immediately jumps into your mind, right?
Yes.
That's awesome. I love it. All right. Well,
Great.
Dana, just
So
have
good.
a great week, and I'll see you next week. Remember, if you have not hit the subscribe button, please go ahead and do that now. And the greatest compliment you can pay us is a great 5-star review so that other people that don't know us can find us, and also pass it along to somebody that you do know that would enjoy these conversations. If you have a challenge, a question, an opportunity, or a guest that you think would be good on the podcast, be sure and reach out to us at info@everything life and real estate. Dana, see you next week.
Sounds good. See you then.
Be sure to subscribe for more business strategies and tactics to inspire you to live an abundant real estate life. Don't forget to rate and review so we can bring you the best content. Find this and other valuable information at everythinglifeandrealestate.com.